This is a demo of the new features in VPLEX 5.3 geosynchrony, namely the new VPLEX Integrated Array Services feature. So this is a new feature that's going to transform the way that we create distributed devices, aka continuously available disk devices for continuously available environments. Not only will it simplify, but it will significantly reduce the time and the steps it takes to create these devices, therefore reduce the total cost of ownership. So here we see the first screen when we log on to Unisphere for VPLEX. You'll notice now in the provisioning storage tab we now have this new item here, provision from pools, which we can now do. Now ultimately what we're going to show here is creating a distributed device. So this is an active device that lives in two places at once. Our two clusters in this case, we have one in London and one in Oxford. And we're going to create a device for Oracle RAC, which will be distributed between those two sites. So the first thing I've got to do is pick a consistency group here. So I've got some choices. These are already pre-configured. I could make some new ones if I want to, but quite simply I can pick a distributed consistency group, where we have London and Oxford, or I could just as easily say, have a local device in London or a local device in Oxford. So in this case I'm going to select distributed and click next. So the next screen, so not only can I create a distributed volume, so this will be tolerant to a full site failure, I can also, if an array fails in either site, that will not cause an issue. Everything will carry on. If I really want to, I can also enable local mirroring in each location too. Very simply and easily with this. I'm not going to do that here, but I'm going to basically create one device here. I'm going to give it a size, and I'm going to give it a base name. In this case I'm going to call it Oracle RAC. There we go, and hit next. Now here's the clever part. So this is really the new part. VPLEX before relied on there being a storage volume available in both of the arrays. This new version of VPLEX, what it will actually do, it will go and carve out the volume in the array in Oxford and the array in London and do the mirroring, completely on its own in an automated fashion. So now rather than select the device, I can completely eliminate that step. So I'm going to create this device in the VNX here. It's going to basically show me the pre-configured pools in the array. Here we're showing all of the pools in the VNX. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select this thin pool here. So this will go and create the device in that pool in London. We're then going to look at Oxford, and we're going to create the device on a symmetrics over there, Vmax. So again, it's going to show me all of the pools in that array. So I'm going to create that in this pool here, and hit next. And really, the last step is all about putting the distributed volume and exposing that or exporting that to the hosts. So we have a storage view in London called London View and one in Oxford called Oxford View. So this will basically put the distributed volume into that storage view once it's created it. So again, eliminating further steps. So this is going to show me a summary. So it's going to create an active dist in the VNX in London. And it's also going to create another volume in the symmetrics in Oxford, in the Vmax in Oxford, and it's going to mirror that together all on its own. So when I hit finish, it will submit the job, and this will basically instruct the VPLEX in both sites to go and do all the work that it needs to give us that active volume. So we'll come back in a moment when that's finished. Okay, so that job's now finished, and as we can see we have a device that's been created called Oracle RAC, and it's available at both clusters. And what I can do is I can now actually look at the topology map of this, so I can see just what it's actually done. And you can see here that it's a distributed device. Let's just zoom out a bit there. It's a distributed device in both locations, and it's gone into the array and created all of the devices in the array very simply. And if we also look at the different clusters, we can see that in the storage view, this device is now So let's click virtual volumes. We can see that this device is in that storage view in cluster 1 in London and cluster 2 in Oxford. So this effectively means that the hosts or nodes in those sites can simply now just start using that device as it would any local device in the cluster, but it's now got the benefit of being continuously available because it's in 2 locations at the same time. So that ends the demo. Thank you for watching.